is used for a national purpose. You know, you have a Bangladesh BNP, Bangladesh National Party. The Bengali name is Bangladesh Jatiya Party. This Jatiya word is constructed in terms of brotherhood. Jatyan Tach Bandhuni, as per the Panini Sutra. Recently, before releasing of my book, our Akhil Bharatiya Vidyarthi Parishad National General Secretary came to meet me. He told Swamiji, I went to Andhra Pradesh. The state secretary is telling himself that he is a Rashtra secretary and I am a national secretary. He introduced me as a Jatiya secretary. I told him what he is telling is correct. Actual meaning of that is that. But people don't know. But another word is Jnati. Anybody is Gujarati here? Huh? Jnati. Jnati means kulam, family tradition. But problem has happened because in Hindi or North, you know, yag becomes jag, yog becomes jog, you know. So the jnati has become jati, you know. People have totally misunderstood and interpolated, you know. So I have explained that in this book. So actual meaning is here. Another important thing I want to just point out, I have mentioned ki in Mahabharata, they say ki we Hindu discriminated Karna because of he was low caste. These are all bogus, you know. Karna was born in Anga, which is the present day northern Bihar. His father sent him from northern Bihar 1300 kilometers to Delhi to get educated under the Dronacharya. Dronacharya and Kripacharya both accepted him as a disciple in the same Gurukul. He has studied there. So here in this book very clearly, Kripacharya, Dronacharya, Ramacharya. Karna studied from Kripacharya, Dronacharya and Parshurama. And after education, Dronacharya asked him for Gurdakshina. He told him, go and arrest Drupada because he has insulted me. Karna along with the Pandava went there. Drupada defeated him. Then Arjuna went and captured the Drupada. That is the whole story. But this cinema, sorry to say, this TV serial, all those fellows have they totally misguided our society, and our society believe that is the history. So this is Sikh Sutra. Here I have in the appendix, I have given the 3 chapters. There is a famous book by Western Debate on the Caste by, there is 4 scholars, Prakash Shah, Dankir Jalki, Farek and Sufia Pathan. They have worked on this. This caste word is all Western foundation. The caste was not in our construct. Then there is another professor. He was a professor of, he was a vice chancellor, we can a president of the University of California, UC Berkeley, University of California, Berkeley, Nicholas Dirk, caste of mind. So I have given the summary of that book also, ki how the caste is originated during the census time in Bharat. And third book is K.S. Lal. He wrote Caste and Tribe in Medieval India, how the caste and tribe were created during the medieval time. He gave the examples and I gave the lively example. You know, we have one doctor, his name is Yaspal Lakra, he's in Detroit. He's a Jat, you know. He told when he came to Jharkhand, he saw my community people are here in large number. They are Lakra, they are all very fighter people, they are tribal. Actually, they are the mainstream agriculture people during the Mughal time. They run away and they lived in jungle. They have become now tribal. This is how I have mentioned in the book. 7th Sutra talk about the nature, care for nature, you know. That is Sarvam Shanti from Shanti Mantra. I am not going detail. Here I just want to point out one thing. People say, though, we Hindus used to sacrifice animal and put in the fire, you know, Agni Kund. Actual Sanskrit word is Aja Yastabhyam. Aja Yastabhyam. Literal translation they have made, Aja means goat. Sacrifice the goat and do the havan. But actually in the original Sanskrit, Aja itikim saptavarshan se brihata. The seed which cannot germinate, which seed which is not useful for agriculture, seed which is not useful for the consumption, should be burned in that fire kunda, you know. That is actual meaning. But whole mistranslation has been done by our people and foreigner also. And the last sutra is Mata Bhumi, respect for the land. This is talk about the patriotism. Here, important thing I want to just mention, since we are all here in Chennai. When last time I came and delivered lecture once, sometime back in IIT Madras, I mentioned कि Bhagavad Mahapuran, chapter 9th Skandha, chapter 1, sloka 2, very clearly mentioned, you know, Yo Ashau Satyabrato Nama Rajarsi Dravideswara. We in the present generation of Hindu, we are all descended of this Dravideswar Rajarshi Satyavrata. He is our ancestor and he is not born in Uttar Bharat. He is from the Dakshin Bharat. Very clearly mentioned in the Bhagavad Mahapuran. At the end of the last Kalpa, Rajarshi Satyavrata, the king of Dravida, attained knowledge and wisdom through the penance and tapas, become Vaivashat Manu in this Kalpa. So if we do all Sankalpa, that is Vaivashat Manu, he is that Vaivashat Manu. And here, just for your all purpose, now Chin say, oh, we have captured this Ladakh is ours, and this our, what is called Arunachal Pradesh is ours. I have given the reference from Mahabharata. King Mandhata said that under his rule, the region included Yavanas, which is Greek, Kirata, Central Asia, Gandhara, Afghanistan, China was under China, Sarvara, Barbara means Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, Libya, Egypt, Mali, Niger, Mauritania, Shaka, Tusara, Kanka, Pallava, Andhra, Madra, Pondra, Pulinda, Ramata. These are all reason he has mentioned, these were all reason I was ruling, And Chinese has paid tax, that also I have recorded here. So that is our area, history, we have forget. And here in this book I have mentioned, in Mahabharata, for your information, Cholas are mentioned. In Mahabharata, Pandyas are also mentioned. And both Pandya and Chola supported Pandava in the war. And they all supported with the army. But unfortunately, now they are supporting Kaurava, So you have to understand what is our history. So I just mentioned this here. And the last, our Shastra is very clear. Those who seek to increase their fortune through the unscrupulous means, harming and betraying their country, are like vermin feeding on a corpse. They are anti-national. We must identify them and destroy them. Namaste.
So one very interesting concept I went through the book, I liked it, is exploitative capitalism.
Yeah.
So I just wanted you to explain that, because people talk about capitalism with the heart. Yeah. And America stands for capitalism with the heart, or prosperity for everybody. But it's already there in our scriptures. Yeah. Of course, the Vedas talk about Saiva Siddhanta. I want to bring Saiva Siddhanta because it's from Tamil Nadu.
I fully agree with you.
Yeah, because Shakti-ism, Saiva Siddhanta was instrumental of Bhakti movement, so I just wanted to bring that. So I thought you should explain that, because that's a beautiful thing which you've coined actually. Yeah. Can you please, maybe they would...
Coming to the Saiva Siddhanta, you are talking about, no?
Yeah, that's an exploitative capitalism.
See, look, I am not a scholar of the Saiva Siddhanta, but as you mentioned, I studied Tirumantiram,
Yeah.
Origin of the Saiva Siddhantam comes from the Tirumantiram. Saiva Siddhanta, present Saiva Siddhantam in Tamil Nadu is a Traitavadi, Pashupati Pasham, But Tirumantiram talk about non-dualistic Advaita. Unfortunate part, not many people in Tamil Nadu knows about the Tirumantiram. He was the greatest scholar, mystic, philosopher. Coming to relating to the Saiva Siddhantam, there was a conference in Malaysia. They invited me to talk on this. I told, look, Panini, what is the source, Panini Ashtadhyayi, which is Sanskrit grammar. The origin of all these is, there is a tradition ki Nita Avasane Natraj Rajo Nada Dhakka No Panchaparan, means Siva, what you say? Udugu, Damru, we call in Damru. From there alphabets came, That alphabet I, Un, Rig, Rik, I, Ong, I, Yoch, Havarat, Lan, Yamangananam, Jhabaya, Gadadasa, Jabagadadasa, Kapachatata, Chatatava, Kapaya, Sasasarhal. Based on the sutra, Indra wrote grammar. That is a very big book, And based on that Indra, Panini wrote Panini grammar. And based on the same Indra, Tolkappia wrote Tamil grammar. So, the source is the same and our tradition is the same. Unfortunate part is that our people don't understand all these knowledge in deeply sense. If you are study, because I study in a grammar school, when grammar in the Gurukul, where we follow all the traditional sense. So, in terms of principle of Shaiva Siddhantam or Vedantam, there is no much difference, And especially when you compare Tirumantiram and Advaita Vedanta of Sankara, they are very similar. And their principle with the coming to the prosperity of the society is the same. Prosperity of the society is supreme. They are not talking about the poverty in the society. Our even the Saiva Siddhantam and all our saints in that parampara are very clear. But unfortunately, nobody talks about this knowledge, Sorry to say, many people are more busy nowadays growing hair, So once I was delivering lecture, look, we need qualified, talented, educated sadhu coming to Saiva Siddhanta, parampara, talking, articulating the philosophy. But I don't see that, I see more busy in, these, all external things. That is not going to help, This is what I will request people here. We should invest in attracting talent in the system. Therefore, we'll have a resurgence in the substance. Because these are all our treasure and knowledge.
That's brilliantly said, sir, because I don't think nobody has connected that everything emerges from Indra, and Tirumula always says that. Another interesting point Tirumula says is that, one of his hymns is that it says, ஒரு அரசர் வந்து அறிவில்லையோ கரிசனமோ ஒரு கரிசனம் ஈகை குணம் இல்லைனால் அவன் ஏமதர்மனுக்கு சமம். That means if a king who's a ruler doesn't have educational knowledge or wisdom, doesn't have empathy or magnanimity, is considered equal to be a yamadharma. So it's a brilliant, which connects to the sutra, what Swamiji is mentioned.
Similar thing is mentioned here.
Mentioned that. So it's just amazing that how our scriptures connect all these factors, right? And Tirunjana Sambandar was a great Tamil scholar. And all the
Tirunjana Sambandar is not just a Tamil scholar. He's a great saint, realized man, a scholar.
Yeah, of course. But we need to say that he's also a Tamil scholar, so because that's very important.
A scholar's word is very smaller thing for him. A scholar thing is very a smaller thing for him.
Just going to the second sutra, so because defeating enemies, all these factors, and of course we went against the US and did the nuclear testing in '98, and that's very important because in today's warfare we need kind of deterrence, deterrence is very strong, and escalation dominance, they call it in security studies, where when you have a nuclear, you have enough capabilities of arsenals, and as always enemies are going to be threatened by it. So that's beautifully you mentioned, brought in all the scriptures into that. So I think you should elaborate on that too.
See, any society, nation, if defense is not strong, defense first depend on your economic strength. Economic strength translate on the military strength. And this is what I have mentioned. Economic strength translate in military strength. Based on the economic strength, you need to have maintain your strong army. All the arms of army means then supply, technology, armament, fortification, and salary of a start, everything. If you have that strength, then only you will be able to protect. Otherwise, more a stronger enemy will destroy you. So all your prosperity, your culture, tradition, even freedom will be no use. You will be losing. So this is what I have explained here.
Also, I like the fact that how you mentioned that Indian kings lost because of the principles, honors, integrity. Because they don't want to.
See, here I will tell you, the problem is that we become too civilized.
Yes.
We become too civilized. And see, in our kingdom, our king used to fight, That fight was not like enemy. That was like a tournament. That was like our exercise, You need to prepare. But our people have started dealing the same like a tournament, friendship tournament with the enemy, That is the biggest mistake. We started using the same principle which we were also fighting among themselves, that as an exercise, a tournament with the enemy. So enemy is the enemy. We must deal with the enemy like an enemy, not like a friend. And this tournament culture should not be dealt with the enemy.
In terms of quality of education for all, But it's very interesting. No, America really talks about the university system, how they created research and development through that. But we had that history. So it was completely eradicated, plundered out, taken, changed, altered by the colonial powers. So that's very important that you've...
See, what you mentioned, America, look, you know that California is the fourth largest economy of the world as a state, you know.
Yes.
How it has happened, 60 years ago, one governor came out with a plan, California Higher Education Master Plan, you know. In one stroke, they created 10 top universities. They are known as UC California, Berkeley, UC California, Irvine, UC California, Los Angeles, like 10 campuses. Then they have 23 campuses of that is, you know, a state university, where one of the state university you have studied. Then they have community colleges. You know, now, that time the California population was not even 1 crore, you know. That time they planned. Because of this education system, the talent from across the America, across the world came there. And California became first Silicon Valley, then computer Silicon Valley, Hollywood, and what you call Hollywood, Hollywood also is there, and Disney World, everything went there, you know.
Entertainment up, theme parks.
Entertainment, everything. Now California become rich. So education is very important. Here I have mentioned everything. I don't want to go in detail. It will take some time because education is... Yeah, Las Vegas also.
That's in Nevada.
Nevada is nearby. But see, this is how, you see, I am telling you, see, at the moment, 1.8 million students are going out of the country for a study. What is happening? The total money going for the country for the paying only fees is $80 billion. Forget of the hostel and food cost, you know. If you save that money, we can build 100 IIT annually here. But our politician has not planned, you know, but they are busy in all this. Sorry to say, my junior was this Kejriwal, this fellow, all freebie culture. Your Tamil Nadu has a more freebie culture. I know this time cinema, TV, also there. These are the people destroying the country. We should be spending on these critical infrastructure, that is education, healthcare, which you are not focusing, you know.
So there's a good point you mentioned, sir, because about the UC systems and all these university systems were created.
We used to think, we have 5 IIT, that was big thing we used to think. See, we are 1,000 million population, whole 5 IIT is not working, you know. We need 100 IIT, you know.
No, but that's because there's more universities are created in family trust here, right? When US, they really contribute, right? The endowments are created, that's why research and development happens. Like Carnegie's created Carnegie
But
Mellon.
because this is all happened because US has inheritance tax.
Yeah.
If you earn money, you give back to the society, not to your children. Your children are not worthy. Here, we are earning for 7 generations.
6, 7 generations. It's true.
And those fellows are not worthy, and we are giving them, you know. There is saying, I don't know how to explain in Tamil. There is saying in Hindi. Let me try. I will try to explain in English, you know. If children are worthy, there is no need to earn money. They will earn the money. If children are unworthy, there is no need to earn money because they will destroy you.
Anyway, burn it away. No? So in terms of responsible democracy, that's very important, no? Because they say democracy started with the Westphalian system in Germany, how the state sovereignty, all these concepts came in, then international theory concepts of realism, all these things came in. But looks like democracy has always been there in India from ancient times. You know, from Chalukyas, Guptas, Cholas, Pallavas.
Even prior to that. Even Chola is a very old.
Yeah.
And even Bhagwan Buddha time, there was democracy.
Yes. Yeah, so I wanted to bring in Manudi Cholan, right? Because he's the ancient Chola who ruled Tiruvarur and who talks about justice. So that's a very important factor which even Peripuranam mentions about that, Shekhilas Peripuranam. And I also wanted to allude to the fact that how Indians influenced as a piece called by Han Shi, is a famous Chinese scholar who written about Indianization of China. I think you've read that.
Yes,
it was published in Harvard.
Who's she?
Who's she?
He published this article in the Harvard Tricentennial Memorial Publication.
It's a beautiful article, so I think people should read that. So because when you look at it, Chinese do look up to the culture, impact, you know, they've traded with Pallavas, Cholas, so all these factors are there. So which is all, again, international laws and roles were established by Bharat and trading communities. And it's all very clearly, beautifully elucidated by Swamiji. So in terms of women, he's already mentioned that. and nature and care. Always don't abuse resources, natural resources. And water bodies. He's mentioned about how riverbank settlements have been amazing. Right? It's entire world civilization has happened based on rivers. And Ganga is such a pure mother which connects with everybody in India. And and up to Thiruvarur, which is the heart of Tamil civilization. So these factors are there. So sir can...
No, here I just want to mention, you mentioned about international trade and Chola, all those things. You know, I'm not talking about 1,000 years. Even 60 years ago, 70, till Second World War, we Hindus were dominating trade and commerce in the Southeast Asia. Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam, we were dominating. Post Second War, we lost, you know. I will tell you, because I was first, before becoming Joint General Secretary, I was looking after the Asia Pacific zone of the Vishnu Hindu Parishad. So we Hindus were always attacked regularly. In Malaysia, we were getting attacked, temple destroyed. So I told, we are only 8-9% of the Malaysian population and largely poor, you know. They are mostly from our Tamil Nadu people, you know. So I told how to work to safeguard our interests. So I created a concept, let's Dharma people should come together. Hindu, Buddhist, Shinto, Tao, Confucian. The 5 people who follow Dharma, Hindu, Buddhist, Shinto, Japanese, Tao, Chinese, and Confucian Chinese. And Malaysia, Chinese are fairly 35%, and they are controlling almost 80% of the economy. So we have a very good conference, and before the conference, one Professor Tan, who became my friend, he was a leader of the Taoist community, he introduced me like a big audience. Look, there was a time our master used to come from India, you know. We have lost contact. Again, master coming from India. Let us unite, let us work together. No? So one day we became very close friends. I told Professor Tan, you Chinese are not as smarter than us. Huh? How you control entire Southeast Asian economy? Huh? We were controlling here, but now you are controlling. We see from Bharat to Japan, if you remove South Korea, all the economy is a Chinese economy. How you control? He told Swamiji, you fellows are individually smart, not collectively. When we, mainland China become communist, then we overseas Chinese started our own business association, and in that system, he told me, one Chinese trader will come, that fellow will inform, these are the demand available in the market, and then Chinese banker, he told, we were not banker, we were Chettiar, Reddyar and Mudaliar, they were all banker here, and European were banker, we were bank employee, you know. These bank employee will come and inform, these are the firstly available in the bank for credit and loan. One investor will come and put money, engineer will provide technical know-how, one fellow will go in processing. After this processing, production, traders will output sell. This is how we, in 30 years, we control a wealth cycle. And in that process, we have started attacking you. Not as a by danda, you know, on business economy. We have started retreating. There was a time, you fellows, you are all Tamil Nadu, Chettiar, Reddyar, Mudaliar, these people were, you know, dominating the business. They were employer, we were employee. Now we are employee, you are employer. No, we are employer, you are employee. You know? And that I have seen. I used to go in Malaysia. There is an area, Jalan Kasipilli, where our Shiva temple was there. Jalan, you know, Jalan Kasipilli. Kasipilli, you know, Tamil Nadu name, you know. Pillai. Kasipillai. And Jalan means lane, you know. Now this whole, in my own life, the whole area has become Chinese area, which was 100% Hindu area. And he told me, look, there was time your Tata truck, Ambassador car, Usha fan, everything used to come from there. Because you have your supply chain here intact. We destroyed your supply chain, now we are controlling. Even you have a big company like Tata, Birla, they cannot do, because supply chain is our hand, you know. So that is very, very important. We need to organize ourselves in the modern time, then only we can regain our lost glory in terms of business and economy also.
Brilliantly, sir. So I also wanted to allude to the fact that Burma, Myanmar, we have at least, I've been to Rangoon about 10 years back now as a Janta government. There's 100 Kabalishwar temples, Saisla Shivan Koil, Rangoon, is there in Rangoon. And of course, all the land and all the trades, a lot of the cultural influence has always come from the Coromandel coast into Burma. So Burma was a hub. It was called for Commonwealth colonial time. Yangon was like a New York City in 1920s.
Yeah, I agree. It is like a Manhattan.
Yeah. So it's a beautiful place, and hopefully it opens up again. But amazing temples. I've never seen temples like that in deep Burma and anywhere else and stuff.
On the border, if you go from Bharat, which is now Manipur, this side is Tamu, that side is More. You just cross the river, you can see the temple there.
Yeah.
And built by all Chettiar, mostly Tamil Nadu people. You can with the all big Gopuram. Yeah.
The Mariamman Temple, Brixford Mariamman Temple was built by a person called Narayana Pillai. That's a national monument. He was the first investor into Singapore. So Inga Nagarathas built a lot of the temples in Burma and Myanmar. So I also wanted to explain the World Economic Forum, what you want to do.
At least you ask some questions to them
please,
also.
anybody else wants to ask questions, you can, I think, ask them.
Yeah. Yeah.
You wonderfully mentioned about the economy part of it, wherein the tax has to be put in a way it adds to the businessman's wealth as well.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, does it considers the consumer's point of view? It looks into the one part of the supply chain, but how about the consumer part of it, about the affordability?
See, therefore, the taxes should not be that much. They have mentioned taxes should not be more than 16%, so that affordability of the consumer is considered.
Wonderful. And another one, when I talk of women's integrity, etc., maybe since the film producer is also there, nowadays if you look at it, woman is shown as a sexual figure more than a divine figure. Will that trend change? If you look
I don't understand what you're saying.
If you look any movie, drama, anything.
Yeah, this is
more
all
like
because
object.
this is objectification of women. I always tell you can create as many law unless you teach respect for women from the society, culture, education, children. No law is going to help you. I will give example. See, for time being, sorry, anybody, ladies, they should not get offended. Huh? You know, for time being, think that our ladies are not that strong and fighter. They are very, sometimes considered weak. That. But you go in America, American ladies compared to they are fit and strong. Because they are free. But come from their point of view, go in American Academy of Defense. American Academy of Defense. They are all soldier women. Huh? There you will find 12,000 sexual assault on the camp in their academy. Because the American fellow are not teaching respect for women, So unless you teach this thing in society, it will not happen. You go in America, I don't want to go in all those third class data. In American, campuses, all the top Ivy League, I'm telling, 25 to 35% girls are sexually violated on the campus. Because there is no respect for women. At least our society, even something happened, we react, we protest, Still some sense is still there. We need to stop this objectification of women, in the name of so-called equality. Equality is must, You have not created the, what is the difference? X chromosome, XY chromosome, only two things, only differences. So, therefore I mention highest respect for women, Respect is important. He should come to the school level, he should come to the first home level, then he should come to school level, he should come to the university level, he should come to the policy level and all the TV, cinema, society, office, everywhere.
Swamiji, I have two questions and a quick comment on that. Swamiji, the only thing I found in Sharia law, in the Islamic countries, only one good thing is, for rape, within 1 week, they cut off the head in public. I know it's terrible, sounds barbaric, but I feel if you have a powerful deterrent, Sigmund Freud talked about severe deterrent, then maybe less women will be.
No, I disagree with you. This is only in the law. I disagree with you. This is only written in the law, but you go and see how many rapes are happening in Bangladesh and Pakistan even now, even for their own Muslim men, where there is a, what is called? Beheading, nothing is happening.
Saudi it's happening, Swamiji. I've actually seen that.
Saudi, one exception you are giving me. The whole society should be like that.
Swamiji, but specific questions, there's more like in a light, I'm a surgeon, some part is diseased, we cut it off.
Yeah.
So I feel these diseased fellows should be cut off and be done with it.
I agree, I fully agree with you.
Like jail. But so seriously, two questions, Swamiji. Question one, we have seen in the last 11 years, from the 11th economy, we have grown now to the 4th economy.
Yeah.
So we are getting somewhere, we're doing some things right.
Yeah.
We're working both top down and bottom up. Where do you think we are lacking? I mean, obviously you say there's lots more to go.
Yeah, but more important thing, our bureaucracy is big bottleneck, our judiciary is big bottleneck, and there are archaic law, more than 10,000 archaic law, they should be, even one stroke they should go, you'll be surprised, I'm not a businessman, many, because I deal with the World Hindu Economic Forum, many, the factory, those who run the factory, They have like a fire safety. What is fire safety? As per law, you have to keep bucket with the water, sand, and mud. And nowadays there is a fire extinguisher. What you are talking about? No, if you don't keep them every, they will come, envelop for them. This is how it is happening. So these laws should be completely destroyed. And this bureaucracy should be our business. There is what is the license Raj has gone, but inspector is still there. We have to destroy this inspector Raj.
No, but license Raj is still prevalent in China. The state-sponsored capitalism, right? So it's very strong there still.
Swami, aur ek kitab likhna padega. Just on judiciary also, like this.
Judiciary is also.
How to find burnt notes at home, all these things. Second question.
These are all uncle judges. Uncle
judges. Swami, second question. We talked about freebies. Freebies are destroying politics, destroying economy, destroying everything. Maybe you should add something or tell us, as administrators, as legislators, as maybe parliamentarians, how can you make a difference and bring down freebies? Can you put America's got cap in some states.
No,
you cannot give so much.
In a country like us, here election also you have to win. One thing I will give you simple example. During this gas subsidy, all the rich fellow were also getting gas subsidy. Narendra Modi bhai came, he requested you should give up your gas subsidy, and therefore he helped 10 crore household with a free gas cylinder. So same way we have to do. We have to win the election also, but same time also we have to stop this exploitation of by politicians for their both purpose, destroying our economy.
Thank you so much.
Swamiji, namaskar. See, I'm a bit worried about our Tamil Nadu of late, very much on the drug culture here. The drug culture is going very fast. It has even reached to the level of school level. And even I came to know recently in Madurai, there is a elite bar for women. They have kept a elite bar for women. Whatever we talk more about the culture, we talk about our Hindutva, we talk about more about retrieval of our culture in our nation. Somewhat, whatever you mentioned about the last glory part, as long as this mind is not a correct sense of mind, because of this amount of element of toxing on with them, how are we going to convert them back to civilized nature, not getting into the so-called drug infusion in this country?
See, drug dominance is very big, and many places politicians are very much involved in this business. Recently, our DJP of Punjab mentioned there is very much evidence against Majidhia. He was involved with the drug. See, politicians, somehow we need to expose these. Politicians are very much, supporting, getting benefit in the drug business, and they are destroying our society. This is very, very dangerous for, as a society, as a civilization, is attacking our very existence and foundation of our society. For that, as a whole society, we will rise against and protest, and we need to stop this.
ओम नमो नारायण स्वामी जी।
ओम नमो नारायण।
आप सबों की अनुमति लेके मैं हिंदी में पूछना चाहता हूँ, क्योंकि जो हिंदी में हम लोग बोल सकते हैं,
हाँ ठीक है, पूछिए ना, ऐसा कोई समस्या नहीं।
फिर बाद में चाहिए तो उसका ट्रांसलेशन हम लोग इंग्लिश में करेंगे। जैसे आपने कहा कि महिलाओं को हम मातृशक्ति के माध्यम से देखते हैं, हम देखते हैं कि हमारी महिलाएं एक मातृशक्ति है, तो वो एक शब्द के अंदर इतनी ताकत है, और आज वो शब्द का पूरा, जैसा आपने कहा कि मिसइंटरप्रिटेशन हुआ है, रॉन्गली अंडरस्टूड हुआ है, तो वैसा ही आज धर्म जो स्वयं एक रक्षा है, धर्म स्वयं एक शास्त्र है, धर्म एक स्वयं रक्षा है, धर्म एक शस्त्र है, तो इसको किस तरह से थोड़ा सा आप अपने नजरिए से समझाने की कोशिश करें।
ऐसा है, हमारा शास्त्र तो बहुत वेरी क्लियरली है मेंशन, आई हैव मेंशन योर बुक व्हाट्स महाभारत से, उपाध्यायन दशाचार्य दशाचार्यम सतम पिता सहस्त्रेण पितृन मातृवेन अतिरिचित्रे, मीन्स one principal is greater than the 10 teacher. Upadhyaya means one teacher. One principal is greater than the 10 teacher. One father is greater than the 100 principal, and one mother is greater than the 1,000 father. That is how the respect is ingrained in our society. But unfortunately, up to TV serial, well, pata, I don't see, but how they are destroying the even respect for that. Once Vijay Palan told me, Swamiji, I saw this TV serial in Tamil Nadu, son is slapping to the father. That day, so our culture is gone, I told these are all cinema fellows doing, and we should make some Paramatma should give some sense, so that they can put some correct thing in our society. These are not our culture,
Swamiji, but that is where the mothers-in-law, only in the TV serials, they learn how to poison the daughters-in-law.
No, this is that. See, I don't know from where this is coming. I have never seen this. Never happened in our society. From where all these jhagda phagda is coming in the TV serial? We have never seen in our home like this.
स्वामी जी, तो ये पुनरपि जन्मम पुनरपि मरणम जैसे होता है, वैसे ये पुनरपि कैसे लाएंगे कि हमारे शास्त्र का जो सच्चा शब्द है वो कैसे लाएं?
What I will tell you, I was in Brisbane, one Tamil boy. I am mentioning you as Tamil boy because little dark skin, he was facing some sort of discrimination in the school, and he used to attend our cultural heritage school that is called Vidya Vihar in Brisbane, So he told me, Swami is telling me when we Hindu will be respected in this world. You can understand, 10-year boy, when we Hindu will be respected in this world. I told, this is a very heavy question for your age. I don't have a magic answer, but I can tell you one thing. My generation is to work hard using our mind, material, intelligently in the right direction for next 20 years. Then we'll hand over to your generation. Your generation also has to work hard using your mind, material, intelligently in the right direction. If these two generations work hard, we'll respect in this world. Same when all our society issue, as a society as a whole, combined, we have to work to address these, then we can bounce back. We have bounced back previously also, again we will bounce back. That is my intention, and that is my request to all.
Namaskar. My name is Mahesh Mehta. Tolerance is the virtue of religion, and I see that greatly in Mr. Sendil sitting over there when there have been comments on the television serials and the TV serials, Madhyam, of which also he is associated a great. I would like to know his views based on Swamiji's context or out of the context matter. Thank you.
I just want to give
what role does it play, in your opinion, in today's world?
It does. It does play impact role, right? Because a lot of drugs emerge from, when you make it cool, when you make it in thing to do, all these things emerges from movies and stuff. So because we've been making movies since 1940s, to my grand uncle Kalaivan and S. Krishnan or whatever, or made a lot of movies MGR. I mean, MGR never had a film, Purichitra never had a film with alcohol, with ill-treating women. That's why he was such a mass leader, and he was the most iconic person in India. That's why, in terms of, then there was a thing, and even Rajesh Khanna also had that to some extent. So these factors are there. So we have done movies which are family-oriented movies, predominantly, television series. So I don't think that stems from how people are looking at perspective. Right? Like as you said, freedom of speech is taken to another level, and left for certain elements of where you want to talk about whatever you want to talk about, right? So that's morally right, not right, we don't know. So the creative freedom is something which people express a lot. In America, it's there. So no, it is. I'm just saying it is. I'm not saying that, but it stems from a lot of these things. When these top directors, they talk about something being cool, which is illegal, and then that is what spoils the society, right? It affects the society.
I will here add you. I don't know Telugu properly, but we watch one movie, Sankarabharanam, by Vishwanath, one famous old man, he passed away, who got the Bhavda. That movie is a simple movie, but even you don't know the language, you will understand, And that movie, without making any superstar, paying so much money, and it becomes a super hit movie. Movie should become a healthy entertainment for education purpose of the society, not to destroy the society. And I will give another point of view, This is 20 years ago, there is a famous book by Thomas Friedman. He wrote, The World is Flat.
2004.
2004. He asked that time Bill Gates, what is the secret of the success of China? The Bill Gates replied him, the Bill Gates of, the Britney Spears of China is Bill Gates. As per him, means you are all third world country, your role model all Hollywood or American dancer, pop singer. But he told no, for Chinese, Britney Spears is not the role model. Successful Bill Gates is the role model of Chinese. Therefore, China is progressing. Then he asked, why America is declining? He told, the Bill Gates of America is Britney Spears. I should be the role model for America, but I am not. The Britney Spears is role model. Therefore, America is declining, So, you have to understand who are our role model to inspire our generation.
No, that's a very good point because Chinese are very serious people, right? Because I've done a lot of business with Chinese. When you look at it, for them, they look at icons. They look at somebody like President Nixon was such an icon for them because he came and opened up. 82, China's GDP was lower than India's GDP.
Yes.
Today they're 4 times or 5 times the size of India because of the fact that they used America to grow. So
Here coming to on the addiction, I have mentioned in the book, page 125. Avidya vinay purusha besnesu avinito hi dostan na pashyati. Uneducated people. I'm not uneducated. Don't think that by just degree you are educated, you know. This is just certificate, you know. Uneducated people may become addicted because they do not understand the profound harm of addiction, you know. So we need to educate them properly what this addiction is going to harm you, you know. Yeah.
Swamiji, you spoke about archaic laws that India has and all that. And since we have gathered here under the aegis, thanks to Hindustan Chamber of Commerce, why not Hindu Economic Forum all over India and Hindustan Chamber of Commerce and all work together, find what are the archaic laws that need to be either abolished, cancelled, got rid of or modified, and submit a memorandum to the government and follow it up sincerely, because with your access, contacts and all that, I'm sure, things will be heard and looked into, and ensure that, we progress further from where we are already there.
See, coming to, Professor B.A. Devaraya passed away recently. He was part of the World Hindu Economic Forum. He was heading the commission. He already submitted, there are 10,000 laws which need to be stuck in one pen, no need of parliament, But it's still pending. We need to work on this, We need to work on this. But first, and more important thing, what I want to do, I deliver lecture in Surat, I told, unfortunately in this country, the wealth creator has become chore, This is how the media, this is how the even cinema, this is how the academia have portrayed, There is a study by Professor Dheeraj Sharma, who was professor of IIM Ahmedabad. He has studied from 1960 to 2010, almost 250 movies, But not, because Hindi built, so he has studied all Mumbai cinema, he told. How they create, a stereotype image. 62% corrupt businessmen in Bollywood have a Bania surname. 68% corrupt politician has a Brahmin surname. This is how the stereotype created. 78% Sikh character in Bollywood is laughable like a joker. This is how we make joke on the Sikh, And they are the descendants of the Guru who fought for us. And he told, even though Muslims, they are mafia in the movie, but they are portrayed as a very pious namaz going, He'll be see the Bollywood, I don't know, the Bollywood is so wonderful. There is a Sole movie, now again is re-released. In the village where the Sole movie is happening, there is no electricity. No electricity. But Ajan is happening from the mic, I don't know from where this technology has come. This is how our Bollywood is that. And once I will tell you, we had a meeting here in Chennai, once about, because I run Hindu Media Forum. So we have a section of entertainment industry. So there they told me, I thought 20-25 fellow will come because we don't have a presence here. 100 fellow came from the cinema industry. And they told, Swami, you fellows are engrossed in your problem of your Bollywood. You don't know our problem here in Tamil Nadu. Even there is no demand of the story. We have to show some of the father in a very good way. Father means church, church father. Somewhere we have to show the church in a very good way. They are doing great work. And we are all villain. These are the things, stereotype is created in our narrative. Stereotype narrative comes like that. So we need to work on this. So I'm coming to the subject. So they have created wealth creator narrative is very bad in Bharat. So I want we now sab log gali deta hai, Adani, Avandambani, sab gali, Pappu bhi gali deta hai na. This is how he's abusing, So I want to put board on highway. Wealth creator in this country, businessmen are not chore, They are wealth creator. They
Job-
employment,
job-
they
jobs
generate
created.
employment, they employment generate and they pay taxes. Only 3 lines that we need to highlight everywhere. Then unless, I will tell you, I am a Sanskrit student, this Chettiar Sab, where the Chettiar Sab has come. Originally in the Sanskrit, which I mentioned in my book, original Sanskrit, for businessman, there is the word Sreshti. Sreshti means fine people. That Sreshti word in Hindi has become Srestha. The Sreshti word in Punjabi has become Sethi. That Sreshti word in Rajasthan has become Sethji. That Sreshti word in Gujarat has become Seth. That Sreshti word in the Konkan, Karnataka belt has become Seti. That Sreshti word has become Tamil Nadu Chetti and Chettiar.
Hari Om.
Ah.
2 questions.
Yeah.
One of the biggest problems that we have here is the social divide between the rich and the poor, right? And obviously all this skew that's happening in society is because of the wealth divide. Do you think if taxation is paid by more people, will it neutralize accountability, will it bring in more accountability from the government? That's question 1. Question 2 is, what do you think will be the influence of artificial intelligence as it's emerging today and in times to come? It's going to shape how we're going to touch lives.
See, one thing coming to the artificial intelligence, look, America compared to other, they are, from the tax point of view, they are honest. They are forced to become honest. They are not honest. They are forced to become honest because the use of technology, system, processes. In time will come here also, we'll forced to become honest to pay the taxes. You cannot hide. Everything is digitalized, everything is recorded, you cannot hide. Digital economy, so we cannot run away. Coming to the tax paying, see, this disparity is happening because of skewed law, processes, those who are powerful, they get hold of the policy framework, they work with the government bureaucracy, whatever system, and they make money. And large number of people become poor and poor. The divide is increasing in this country. That is not good for the country. C.K. Prahlad wrote A Fortune at the Bottom of Pyramid. He told, don't see they are poor. See them, they are your market. First, strengthen them, increase their purchasing power, you will become benefited, So that system and process we have to bring, and we have to educate our business class also. We have to educate our bureaucracy. We have to educate our policy framework. See, mass prosperity should be produced in the country and everybody should become prosperous. Just by paying taxes is not going to happen. Everybody should be involved in the wealth generation, They should become part of that. What is happening now? Large number of people are left out from the wealth generation. Therefore, this poverty is happening. I don't want to tell you to make any racist committee will say, Swamiji, Hindi belt ka aa gaya, hame gali de raha hai. I have traveled in Tamil Nadu and village I am in Tamil Nadu. I have seen poverty in Tamil Nadu is worse than UP and Bihar. You go in the villages are very, very poor. You cannot imagine, I have never seen people living in the village, they don't have land. They are living in the, what is called a roadside. This never happened in a UP, Bihar, anywhere, they don't have their own home. That I have seen here in Tamil Nadu in village.
Swamiji, I have a question. Swamiji, how do you think the book is going to influence the younger generation? Say the students and all that, they are so much exposed to global ideologies, and very often we see that they are not rooted on the Indian, traditional Indian framework. What do you have to say about
See, from my side, I did work, so there was no such book available, so it took some time for me to write. Now this book should reach to the masses, especially youth, a student. It is like people like you who study this, create a scholarship, or you can say competition, read this book, write an article on this. Once they will read, then only realize, because we are a huge country. We are not just a country, we are like 1/6 of the global population. So magnitude is very big, So everybody has to participate, It is from my side, I did my part. I am continuing delivering lecture, But everybody should participate in this. So the knowledge should reach to the youth. Then once they will understand, then they will start realizing the value and then will start working for that.
Thank you.
Hari Om Swamiji. Actually, in India, we don't have, we are not propagating or insisting that, failure as acceptance culture.
Yeah.
Failure as acceptance culture. And then risk, we are not very advocating the, calculated risk-taking, attitude actually. The third thing, risk capital in deep techs actually. These three things are, we are lagging behind, China and America. What is your opinion on that?
No, see, the problem is we still follow the colonial education.
Sir,
That is the root cause of thing. I will tell you, I was in Sri Lanka once attending the graduation ceremony of the Christian college. The father told me in open convocation, the best students of my college are employed by my worst student. The best student, they lose their risk-taking capability, which I have mentioned in the book, What is the source of the wealth? Sattvam hi moolam arthasya. Risk-taking capability, the source of artha. So those who have become like a educated, so-called educated, they become chartered accountant, clerk, manager, MBA. Those fellows who are high school, they become Reliance, Dhirubhai Ambani, Birlas, So we have to create that type of entrepreneurial spirit. But what is happening? We are creating British model of education, which is destroying our risk-taking capability. I always tell, I read one famous book, The Global World of Indian Merchant, And this is written by one French. These are all European fellows written about us. Claude Moreau, so he told that Hindu businessmen challenged the European monopoly on trade and commerce. They created parallel chain of business line from Kobe in Japan to Panama in America. In this chain of line, Chettiar, Reddyar, Mudaliar, Punjabi, Bhatia, Sindhi, Gujarati were all playing important role in this chain. And each one was supporting each other, were area of influence. And remember, these were not very so-called IIT, MBA and this IM fellow. They were all, I don't know, even high school were they or not, But they were a smart, astute businessman. So that sense we have to bring in our society, which we are lacking right now.
You wonderfully mentioning time and again about education and knowledge, where the education is nothing but a paper. Knowledge has to be there. And wonderfully gave example of Dhirubhai Ambani and even Bill Gates for that matter. They have knowledge more than education. Whereas Indian system is more of education. Where, rather than getting into the knowledge part of it, where do you feel the gap could be bridged? Because no use of having educated people. We need to have more knowledgeable people. How do you feel that gap?
No, I told you, we have to remodel our education system. Our education system is not modeled on developing the risk-taking capability of the youth and the students, We always see when we were doing a study, always we were we'll go to some Boeing, we'll go to all the multinational, they are going to campus, and our postman in IIT, he used to come, Bhaiya, scholarship aa gaya hai na? You are a scholarship. That is how we were trained. So we need to change this mindset. Look, as an educated person, we have to take the, that practical knowledge here, And that practical knowledge will come through when we need to develop our own internal society mechanism. We should not always depend on what is happening in the government. I don't know, it will take some years and years to change, But as a society, we should start taking that initiative, Originally, see, they are Lohanas, Gujaratis from Kutch. Originally, they are not businessmen. They have become businessmen. They are Kshatriya fighter. They are descendants of Bhagavan Ram law, This is how they have trained, educated our society in their own way. Same way we have to educate our society in our own way. So this system of real education should be imparted, not this certificate,
Yeah, so he's saying certificate doesn't matter. What matters is knowledge, how you gain it.
Yeah.
He dropped out, but I'm just saying. So
even Steve Jobs also was the same fellow.
Same. In the Reed College, he dropped out.
Yeah.
The last question.
See, in this book, I have brought Kautil Arthashastra, Chanakya Niti, Mahabharat, Valmiki Ramayana, Sukraniti Sar, all those I have placed here. Coming to the education system, Chanakya wrote main book because not Chanakya Niti. Chanakya Niti is a popular book, but more important, Kautil Arthashastra. Kautil Arthashastra is a very profound book. Chanakya Sutra is very important. These two should be educated and to the every village. How Chanakya said, Sukhasya Moolam Dharma in a very simple way. Sukhasya Moolam Dharma. What is the source of happiness? No? Dharma. Dharma is the source of happiness. What is the source of dharma? Dharma se moolam artha. Economy is the source of dharma. I don't want to go in detail, otherwise it will take time, Dharma se moolam artha. Artha se moolam rajyam. How the wealth is generated, where the economic policy of the state is conducive for the wealth generation, then wealth generation is happening. Dharma se moolam rajya se moolam indriya jaya. How this will happen? When the administrator, minister of the state are non-corrupt, indriya jaya, they are not greedy. This will happen, So all those things is there, but we need to follow and implement in our system. Anything which is all ancient word discard, this is not a good thing, Sri Aurobindo once wrote, country whose young men are inspired by glory of past. And pain of present means do hard work and dream for the future, move on the path of progress.
Those who don't have money, they can't survive in this world. You need true grace for the next world.
Yeah,
but
grace
the
of
next
God.
one, what he's saying, very useful. I've seen a lot of big men like this. People are not of substance. They are made by substance. They're made into substance by what? Only money can make him a man of substance. And we would like your comments on the same.
See, here also I have mentioned this.
இல்ல அருள் தான் முக்கியம் அதான் அருள் தான் சொல்றேன் he's talking about divine divine intervention இல்ல divine intervention providence is what is the most important thing is what Kurul says.
That is, I'm not challenging that part, but what is important here also I have mentioned the same thing, because mirta tu adhananara daridram khalu purushasya jivitam. People who do not possess wealth often struggle to thrive in the society, feeling as if they are like a walking dead, It's same thing is here also, because same thing is also here. Our very clear, but they are telling society as a whole, we are people, we help them, everybody, to come up, we should not discard them, everything we should not talk about, what will happen is after death, bhagyam, all those things. As a society, this is our responsibility to bring everybody to this level. See, here I have mentioned here, in absence of wealth, I deliver lecture in the business school. I say, many of you students, you are more intelligent than Mukesh Ambani. But Mukesh Ambani has capital wealth to back his intelligence. You don't have that much wealth to back your intelligence, In absence of wealth, all the persons undertaking an action are hindered, and without wealth, their intelligence diminishes. This is akin to how a small river dry up during summer due to insufficient rainfall, So wealth is very important,
I now request Shri Ashok Thakur, former President, Hindustan Chamber of Commerce, to honor Swamiji with the Ponnadai. And I now request Shri Linesh Sanat Kumar, President, Hindustan Chamber of Commerce, to honor our chief guest with the Ponnadai.
I want Swamiji to carry a small memory of his visit to Tamil Nadu, so I'm giving him, on behalf of all of us, a statue of Thiruvalluvar.
I have one request. those who are here in Saiva Siddhanta or they follow, I have a request. Because in Tamil Nadu, not many people know about Tirumular, So we should propagate and educate his teaching, especially Tirumantiram, That is very great book. And I have no objection. Tirukular is great, Tiruvalur is great, but Tirumular is also great. So we should respect him the same as.
On behalf of the chamber, I would like to ask Umesh Pujara to step forward and give a memento to Swamiji. Vice President Praveen Tatiaji, please step forward and give a memento to our chief guest.
Thank you, sir. I request Shri Ashok Thakur, former President, Hindustan Chamber of Commerce, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Respected invitees, esteemed guests, scholars, members of the media, friends, and Adarniya Swamiji, and of course, Sendil, a good friend. I know him for a long time, but I know his father much better. It is my profound honor and privilege to deliver the vote of thanks on this momentous occasion, the second launch of the book, Hindu Manifesto in Chennai, and the gracious presence of a visionary spiritual leader and global thinker, Swami Vivekananda ji. First and foremost, I express our deepest gratitude to Swamiji, whose unwavering dedication to the cause of Dharma and the global Hindu Renaissance continues to inspire millions. As the founder of the World Hindu Foundation and Hindu Economic Forum and a tireless advocate for cultural unity, Swamiji's insight and leadership have given immense strength and clarity to Hindu voices across nations. Today's event reflects the same vision of awakening, articulation, and to understand the values of our civilization and Dharma and imbibing them in our daily life and business through a well-crafted and timely document, the Hindu Manifesto. We are equally thankful to all of you for having graced the occasion to understand from the author what this book is all about, and it is not about what Hindus want politically. Because the name sometimes, Hindu Manifesto, many people think that it is something to do with politics. It has got nothing. It is not merely a book. It is a call to action, a guiding light, and a mirror to our collective aspirations. Our sincere thanks to Sendil, who hails from the family of a Dravidian stalwart and is also a dear friend and an ardent sports person and a supporter of sports. Everyone's presence has enriched event with their thoughts and reflections. Your words have helped us situate this manifesto in the larger context of our time, politically, spiritually, and culturally. We also thank the organizing team, volunteers, and support staff whose effort behind the scenes ensured the smooth execution of today's launch. Your dedication is deeply appreciated. Of course, I would like to mention the name of Mr. Sadagopan, French written Dandapani, and Prajoj ji and all of them. Lastly, to all of you who have joined us today, your presence is a reminder that we are not alone in this journey. Each of us is a stakeholder in the Dharma civilization, and your engagement gives strength to this movement. Let us carry forward the message of the Hindu Manifesto with pride, responsibility, and resolve. Nandri, Vanakkam, Valga Tamilagam, Jai Hind.
For many of you people, you don't know, I am coming from Sri Lanka, and I have fought 3 presidents in Sri Lanka, Chandrika, Rajpakse, and Ranil also, to safeguard some part of Kadirgama for Hindu. We have just started Adi festival, and started Annadanam and coming here.
Okay, we have an Hindu Economic Forum chapter here. The president is also here. So those of you who wish to be associated, may please approach Mr. Ravi Sendil Kumar. And, we plan to even have more chapters. Swamiji has directed that we should grow stronger and we should have more chapters so that we can help one another in the business or the fields that we are in.
If you would like to take the signature from Swamiji, please kindly come to the stage. And thank you all for your presence today. Shubharatri.
I just wanted to say.
Swamiji is again coming to Chennai on October 4th. So he'll be visiting Chennai on October 4th, once again. So we'll try to organize once more interactive session with him, maybe in a bigger hall with a larger audience.